So today we should be getting the biggest SBC we're going to get all team of the year, and as a result we should expect to go and see the market crash a bit, allowing us to go and pick up our sort of weekly teams / meta cards for the week. But before we do get underway with that, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading service over on Twitch / Discord. All you got to do is subscribe over on Twitch. It is free with Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5, or $6. In there you get yourself daily updated investments for all different sorts of budgets. So investments, and really simple investments, but they've already done very well, were some of the out of pack investments. And again, we've still got another week or two of these to rise, but we had the likes of Van Dijk, who recommended 23 without a shadow and 24 with a shadow, and 22k over on PC. Well, we can see he's already gone from 23 to 30 on console and 22 to 27 there on PC. Also, really simple investments, but they've also done quite well already. That's the likes of Written, who obviously went out of packs as well. We recommended buying her at 9.7 and 10k. Well, again, it's still quite early days because they've got another 10 days out of packs. But she's already gone from 9.7 up there to 11.5 and 10 up to 11. So small rises there, but you know, through the week, especially once Bale's out, we should see nicer rises on fodder. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking a lot about the Bale SBC because he is highly anticipated to come out today. Why is he highly anticipated to come out today? Well, it's because when we got the second icon SBC last year, it was on the Tuesday with the release of the Defenders. And obviously today is the release of the Defenders, which is when we expect to go and get the second icon SBC of the likes of Bale. Now, Abali is also leaked to be an SBC, but because she doesn't have an official card, stats doesn't have official, face on the thingy. Basically, because she doesn't have as much leak, she's a lot less likely to be the card that comes, whereas Bale, his card has practically all been leaked since last week. If you guys haven't seen, this is literally the official card. He's got Acrobatic, but he's got himself Rapid. He's got himself 98 pace, 93 shooting, 90 passing, 93 dribbling, and 83 physical. If this card was on the market, it would generally be looking likely to cost about 4 or 5 million coins. If you go and compare it to other icons, he's significantly faster than any icon in the game, and yeah, he would be very expensive. Now, what price do we think Bale's going to be? We think he's going to be about 2 to 3 times the price of his base card from when it was kind of not in, when it didn't crash. So it's going for about 800k, so I can easily see him about 1.6 up there to 2.5. And I'll be honest with you, I think he'll be demanded anything up to 3 million. Even over 3 million, people do him, but I think he'll be mass demanded anything 3 million and below. And the cheaper he is, the more impact he has in the market. Why is that the case? Well, the cheaper he is, obviously there's more likelihood of people selling stuff in their club to go and complete him, and if they're doing that, that's going to create a overall market crash. Now we've got a little look at kind of what happened last year regarding what they did with the Icon SBC. So last year we only got ourselves Team Year Best. This is the most comparable card because it's just an expensive icon, and he came out on the 19th of January. Now they released him at 1.7 million, which if we go and look at what Best was previously, he was going for about 600k. So they basically released Best at 3 times the price of what he was before he went down, which is why we think Bale can very easily be 2.5 million. Because when Best was about 600k and cost 1.6 mil, well, Bale was about 800k. So you add, a little bit more to what Bale should cost. His card is also significantly better than Bale. Now, why is one of the reasons, or why is one of the interesting things to look at Best? Well, what we can do is we can look at how the market reacted with Best. Now, Best could play left wing, right wing, and cam. And if we go and look at, left wing, right wings, and cams last year, we can see that Best was dropped here. Now, obviously, the anticipation of Best, we saw someone like Charlton go from 1.25 down there to 1.1. Now, when Best came out, he kind of didn't really get panic sold, but then after Best came down, he kind of got down till Tuesday. This is why we think today is going to be a really relevant point to buy these cards, because even though he did go down on the Wednesday another 10k, we can see the kind of the vast or the significant drops stopped as of Tuesday. We can see between Tuesday and Thursday was a decent time to go and pick up someone like Bobby Moore. Well, this was very consistent across the board. We can see right here the likes of Vinicius Jr. We can see that again. This is when the Best came out. He was dropping. Had a more significant drop there. We can see that Tuesday was actually the low point, and then it went 250 and then rebounded up there to 306. Same with Franck Ribéry, although Franck Ribéry did actually rebound when Best was dropped, and the reason he rebounded when Best was dropped because he had an Team Year Icon card, but because the Team Year Icon card was significantly more expensive, this card rebounded. But even though it rebounded, again, we see a low point here on the Tuesday. Not too bad time on a Wednesday, but again, would have been a nice buy, and you can see when we're up there to 660. Team of the Year, Sophia Smith. We didn't necessarily see so cheap on the Tuesday. I mean, it wasn't a bad price, 1.6 million. Bear in mind, she went up to 3 million, wasn't looking bad, but you did get a slightly cheaper time waiting on the Thursday. So the Team of the Years, unless they go and drop, unless they go and drop maybe 10% from what they averaged yesterday, and we're talking the attackers here, I probably wouldn't want to go and buy them with the Bale, and I'd prefer to go and wait till Thursday. Just some other cards here, like Genoa. We saw the same sort of trend we saw with the Ribery, where he rebounded, but then hit a really nice low point there on the Tuesday. Had a slightly lower on the Wednesday, but again, Tuesday to Thursday was just across the board some of the best times to go and buy cards. So what I was kind of looking into, I was looking into, okay, well, you know, have we seen a lot of panic selling for Bale? Because sometimes what we see with SBCs is we see so much panic selling before it comes out, that actually when it comes out, you know, there isn't any more panic selling to happen, and the cards rebound despite there being something that replaces them. Well, we look at someone like Yamal, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think, yes, he is down about 20%, but obviously bear in mind there was a right-wing Evo that was highly desirable, in which Yamal had a card that was being used in it. I don't think it's really that crazy. Like, I would more than happily gamble that he can drop a bit more with Bale. We go and look at something like Leao, and Leao again is down from 213 down to 180 or 190, but still want to give it a bit more. We can even look at cards like Ronaldo. Ronaldo is actually up since Friday, so I'd again more than happily just wait until Bale comes out. I don't believe there's really been panic sell on these cards. Again, we look at Rooney, 700k, if anything, he's up at the moment. We look at Dini, obviously, got panic sold with the SBC, rebounded, but, you know, his rebound. I really wouldn't want to go and buy these cards now, and I'd want to wait for them to have an impact with the likes of Bale. Likewise with Jorginho, barely even down. Hazard, again, a card that is literally up in price just by being kind of a direct replacement with Bale, be it with Bale playing left wing, right wing, and a striker at least on his base card. Sorry, Leao, 2.2 million, still 2.1 million. So I think I'm happy to say across the board there hasn't really been panic selling going into the SBC across like all sort of price ranges, and because there hasn't been panic selling going into the SBC, I'm more than happy to not go and buy before it comes out, and we'll see how it reacts after. Now, if we do see drops of, I'd say, about 20% on cards before Bale comes out, I'd more than happily buy before. If not, I'm looking to buy them around about 8 PM to 10 PM tonight. If not, again, Wednesday, Thursday shouldn't be too bad. So again, it's not like you're going to buy tonight, flip Thursday, it's you're buying tonight, and then you're probably going to hold until the 31st. Why is the 31st the highest? Well, it's kind of when the market was the highest last year. The relevance of the 31st is it's not this Friday's weekend league, but it's the following Friday's weekend league. So that's why the market kind of peaked there. Last year, the market again peaked on the 2nd because we were 2 days ahead. So, yeah, across the board, really, really happy to say that cards haven't dropped in the anticipation of Bale, so I think they can go and drop nicely with the Bale. What sort of drops am I anticipating? It will kind of vary. It'll vary how well desirable Bale is, but they could be anywhere as minuscule as like 5%, anywhere upwards of maybe 20%, if we go and compare what kind of dropped for best last year, especially as some of these players have risen going into it. What else do we have to go and talk about? What sort of cards do I think are the best cards to go and buy if we do go and see a market crash tonight? Well, if we do go and see a market crash tonight, I think some of the best cards to actually go and invest in are link investments to some of the SBCs. We've already seen the link investments to some of these SBCs already rising, but if they go and get panic sold, we know the demand is there. Like the link investments to Cancelo, on the whole, probably aren't well. I mean, some of them actually will get replaced by Bale, but not all of them are too much of a direct replacement by Bale, and because they're not all too much of a direct replacement by Bale, we think they can easily rebound. Also, of course, Bale's not being played in all three positions in the forward. You know, some players, yes, Bale might go and replace strikers, but you know, there will still be demand for strikers as people might go and play in left wing or right wing. Well, some of the link investments we got is an example of like Cancelo, where we could expect to see striker Ronaldo. Again, I'm saying this Bale is probably coming out about 2 to 2.5. Even if Ronaldo drops initially, there's a different market. Not everyone who has a 200k Ronaldo wants to go and do that Bale, which is why there'll still be demand for him despite Bale being out. Likewise with Neymar, they just have such a significant price difference that if they do go and drop, there is a big enough, or there is a different sort of demand, so they should be able to do well. And say with Alawari, you know, I can see these cards kind of dropping maybe with the Bale tonight, and then you go and pick them up, and then they should pick up as of Cancelo. If not, they can just rise anyway, and likewise with inform Ronaldo. Likewise, you can look at link investing in some of the other SBCs. So we've got the likes of De Bruyne. A few of the Man City players went up for him on the Friday. We saw, I think it was like Thunderstruck Haaland, as well as others rising when De Bruyne came out. So with Kimmich, we saw like a Lise rising for Kimmich. The nice thing going for Kimmich as well is we actually had a Coman flashback SBC that's got 5 days. So link investments to these two tonight could be nice. There's the Marquinhos. We've seen Vitinha actually didn't rise initially, but is up now. So again, any of these sort of like top, or any of these SBCs that have been released, because you can complete them normally for, I mean, if I can go and grab Marquinhos now, you can go and complete him all the way through to the 2nd of next month. So we know there's consistent demand. We know there's people just consistently doing these SBCs, which is why we kind of like them as a link investment. And there's Coleman, so you could look at some of the link investments to them. This is just showing someone who rebounded nicely. Obviously, Elise dropped on the Friday, was down nice and low. I mean, obviously, got as low as, what, 67k. I think we recommended buying him at 80k for the Kimmich. And then when the Kimmich was out, he went from 80 up there to 95. So you can see that there was an increase in demand, despite obviously him being replaced with the right wing Evo and the Zidane. There was an increase in demand, and we think he can keep him rising through Team of the Year. Obviously, we went and got ourselves Salma yesterday. Now, Salma wasn't anywhere near as desired as we thought she would be. If you guys remember back when we got the Ballon d'Or cards, there was insane demand for her. Obviously, super fast. I think she had like 5-star skills even. Yeah, quite underwhelming Team Year honourable mention card, coming out of 500k, which the main problem for her is you've got that really nice right-wing Evo. And because you've got that really nice right-wing Evo that I'd say creates significantly better cards than her, a 500k SBC is probably going to be less desirable, unless your argument is that they've done one, you know, they've already done one, so they can't obviously do both. So they also gave a Travella Playstyle Plus, which is just such a throwaway. So it's basically one Playstyle Plus, minor finesse. She doesn't, you know, she hasn't really been given very good dribbling. I don't think she has any dribbling playstyle. Sorry, she hasn't been given very good passing, and she doesn't have any passing playstyles, I guess, other than whip pass. Ignore me. But yeah, just not very desirable. It's a bit of a one-trick pony, run down the wing sort of thing. Nice card, but for 500k, not amazing. The way we can tell she wasn't very demanded, wasn't necessarily the price of her promo card, but it was more that some of her best link investments of Rolfo. And this Rolfo just didn't rise when she came out. Now, I think they can continue to rise as of the Tuesday or the Thursday like we saw last year, but yeah, sadly not going to skyrocket. Now, we did actually go and see a drop on... We did go and see a drop on this card yesterday, which is interesting with how undesirable the other card looked. From 280, got down there to 200k, and has actually just stayed at a low price today. Wouldn't be investing in her nonetheless. A few other things. We did go and get ourselves the upgrade SBCs. Apparently the best way to recycle these upgrade SBCs is don't do the player picks whatsoever and just continuously keep on doing the premium up the league upgrade SBCs. All you need to do, I think, is buy 4 players each time. So yeah, I think, doing the premiums and the minor ones. So I think that's the best way of cycling those over and over again for those that are interested. Yesterday we did also go and get ourselves an objective that allowed people to go and get 2 more upgrades to their centre backs. It was a passing and I think it was like a dribbling upgrade, so nothing too insane, but a nice double upgrade there. A little bit of news from leaks. This is what we're getting. Obviously today we're getting the team year defenders and midfielders. This is no new news. These are the players. We're getting ourselves new team year icons of Eusebio, Cantona, Abali, Miyama, Roberto Carlos and Cannavaro, and then SBCs expected to come are Bale and Cancelo. Other than that, yeah, there's the Cancelo official stats. I think that kind of wraps that all up. Again, I'll be throwing loads of stuff on my Discord. I'll also be streaming from around about 5 PM today, so any questions you guys do have regarding what should you be investing in, is stuff being panic sell going into Bale, do feel free to go and jump in and ask me that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.